audiologist and hearing aid specialist in Brooklyn, New York. Now that it's a really hot day in Brooklyn, finally, I figured it would be a good time to review some summer hearing safety. So first things first, it's the time of the barbecue, it's the time of the outdoor parties, and our music is going to be nice and loud, probably. So a few things to keep in mind. First of all, if the music is loud, you want to stand far away from those speakers. Sometimes people are, casually holding their plate and their beer and they're standing right in front of the speakers, and then they go home and then they realize that their ears are ringing all night long. And a simple way of avoiding that is just to pay attention to where you stand and try to find a nice shady spot further away from the speakers. That's one thing. The other thing is to try to limit the amount of time that you're spending at these things. So take a break if things are really loud, stay there, have a good time, but then, take a break after like an hour or two. Better not to just have, 4 or 5 hours straight of this, because the more that your ears are getting worn down by this without a chance to regroup and recover, the greater chance that there is that the damage that you're doing will be permanent and kind of just stay. Okay, so those are two things to keep in mind. Also, you want to, listen to your body's cues. If your ears are starting to ring or tingle, or things are starting to feel muffled, it's not a bad thing to, go inside the house or, leave the party. Pay attention to that, because sometimes people do listen to music for a very long time and do end up with hearing loss later in life. But nonetheless, it is hearing loss that is preventable and that people wish that they wouldn't have to deal with later on. Of course, there's ways to deal with it, but prevention, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Now you can probably see in the corner back there, we have for all of our patients now, in honor of the summer, we have hearing protection available for everybody, and of course candies, because candies are always good. And now I just wanted to review with you the proper way to actually use hearing protection, because that's a common thing about why people don't use hearing protection, because they find that it's not comfortable, it doesn't stay in the ear properly, and not only that, when it doesn't stay in the ear, obviously it's not protecting you either. These can be used either at concerts, or if you do go to a party that's really, really loud and you want to be there for a while, or if you do already have a hearing loss and you're trying to, keep it the way it is and prevent it from getting worse, it's a good idea to use these. Again, we said the concerts, if you're going to like a 4th of July event and there's going to be fireworks, this is something to keep in mind. And of course, staying as far as you can away from, the blast. So let's get started. So first you'll want to take a pair of earplugs. It's nice to have something that's disposable, just, for hygiene. I like to have things nice and clean. This company that I like to use is made by Howard Late. The color, of course, we love patriotism, but the main important thing about earplugs is what's called the NRR, the noise reduction rating. Usually that's posted either online when you're purchasing or on the outside of the box. I don't think it's on the bag right here, but it was on the box, the original box that I purchased them in. The higher the NRR, the noise reduction rating, the more protection that it offers against noise. Okay, so the first thing we'll want to do is just open the pack. And this is what it looks like, okay? It's actually nice and soft, like a little marshmallow. The first thing you'll want to do is roll it between your fingers so that the tip is nice and thin, okay? Nice and thin. And then you'll want to go to your ear and lift up on this part of the ear. This is the part where most people don't know about this step, or they skip it, or they just, go wrong. By opening the ear, you're actually opening your ear canal by pulling up over here, which gives you a lot more room for you to insert this more deeply, okay? So I'm just gonna go in, and then now that it's nice and thin, I'm going to gently put it in, and if you see, I'm twisting it as it goes in also, because no one's ear canal is perfectly straight. So if you turn it, you kind of like twist it in, it's going to go a little left, a little right, and eventually it will find its place. And now, as you can see, it's nice and deep in my ear. Now I'm going to let go of my ear and I'm going to let it inflate. And now I feel like it's expanding, and I feel like it's starting to isolate and block out those sounds, okay? I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, taking it, fresh one out of my pack. Okay, again, rolling it, twisting it between my fingers. Okay, lifting up over here, lifting up on the back of my ear and twisting it in. Okay, and then again, let go, let it inflate, and then it's good. Okay, now I'm ready to rock. Okay, and also one thing to realize, when you wear hearing protection, I'm gonna take this out so I can hear myself. When you wear hearing protection, it's not that you can't hear anything, you will still hear sounds, just everything will be softer. So those sounds from the music or from the fireworks, which were previously super loud and at dangerously loud levels, you'll still be able to hear, but the level of the volume will now be in more safer levels so that it won't cause damage to your ears. Okay, so these are our tips for today, some summer health tips. Okay, all of our patients and anybody who is looking to get some hearing advice is welcome to come stop by our office and pick up a pair of free earplugs for themselves. Okay, so everybody have a wonderful 4th of July and a safe summer.